welcome to the 8th episodes of the Tenderloins Podcast.
Number 8, man.
Number 8 with me, Brian Quinn, with Joe Gatto.
Joe Gatto here. Salud, my friends. I've got my wine glass here with my... today I've gone with a... Smells like a unsweetened, delicious Pure Leaf treat.
Yeah. The old Pure Leaf.
Unsweetened iced tea. That's what you do up in here?
That's all I drink. Yeah.
It's fucking gross.
I mean, I have Coke and Pepsi in the fridge.
I'm going to pull an audible maybe, but I'll wash it down with a...
All right,
I found a box of Entenmann cookies here.
Yeah. That was from... Frank Velez brought them over the other night. So it's just the two of us, Joe.
I mean, it's about time.
It's about time. The Interloins.
We've got some dead weight.
I like that we schedule these things when Murray's not available.
It's the best. He hates it, and I love every minute of it.
He wants to be involved in everything.
He's like, but can't we do it when I have 10 minutes?
Guys, I want to be involved. You want me to call from Italy?
I got on a train.
Right.
I got on a ferry to a train.
Yes.
Then walked 3 blocks to be here.
Right. Dedication.
That's what I'm talking about. But when I was walking the 3 blocks coming down the street, you live in like a residential neighborhood.
Yeah. Full on.
There was a guy, which I see this in the city all the time because I live in Manhattan, but there was a guy sleeping in his car just in front of somebody's house right here.
Oh, yeah?
With his radio on.
Well, it's Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of late, though. It's like 1 o'clock. Is he sleeping it off?
Yeah, he's sleeping it off. I've done that a lot of times.
Like on a residential street like this?
Yeah, remember last year? Not even that late last year. I slept underneath the BQE, remember? You were like, you didn't believe me. You were like, what's up? What's going on?
I would have drove you home, man.
My car was there. It was right under the BQE, so I just slept. You just got to sleep it off sometimes.
But I find that weird to do on a residential street. Like there's kids playing like basketball by his car. Do you think he rolls down his window and he's like, could you keep it down? I'm sleeping it off.
No, he's going to wake up and feel ashamed of himself for sure. It's a nice neighborhood, too, so it's not like... So, who knows? It's Staten Island.
At least you went under an overpass. Like,
right,
you tried to hide it. Yeah. This guy is like in front of somebody's driveway right here.
Might be his driveway. Maybe his wife threw him out.
Could be that. Didn't even think of that. We are speculating that this gentleman is drunk. Maybe he's come down on hard times and has to sleep in his car.
Well, then I don't want him in my neighborhood.
Yeah, you should call the police is what I'm
drunk,
saying.
I don't mind sleeping it off because we've all been there, buddy. But
you don't want this guy here.
There we go. I think back the mic off just a bit.
I'm loud.
You're loud. You're louder than
normal. Than almost.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're here. Did you listen to last week's episode?
I did listen to last week's episode. It wasn't good.
No, you don't like it? You don't like the comic book talk? We're going to have to...
I don't know what happened. I mean, with the comic book talk, I mean, I get it. Like, you could talk about comic books, but Sal basically, half of the podcast was Sal listening. So you talk about comic books and not contributing much. And then when he did try to contribute, it was like, when you watch somebody who's not good at sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was. So here we go. All right, well, let's recover.
I did not like it.
It's all right.
But I'm saying, this is the Interloins. This is what we've been working towards for years.
Right. Finally.
Q and I have a thing called the Interloins, which means it's the tenderloins, the best part of the tenderloins, which is the interloins. It's Q and the other guys don't get along much where when you put the two of them together. So if you put me and Q together, we're always laughing and having a good time.
Yeah.
And the other two just are trying not to strangle each other.
Yeah, something definitely happened about 3 years ago where you and I really aligned in terms of everything.
Yeah.
It's impossible to align with Sal these days because he's just...
He's like somebody on set the other day asked him, "Are you sure you're not an old Jewish grandmother?" Because he comes across like a whiny, poor thing. I feel bad for him most times.
Yeah, to go through life so upset at everything.
Just enjoy the ride, man.
What's it like? Because you are the only one working on the show anymore, right?
Yeah, yep.
Like Sal and I are gone. We're done. James is back to developing.
Whatever he does.
Whatever he does, and you are working on the show. You're editing.
I help put the episodes together.
Wow, how's that?
That's fun.
Because I've seen the notes. The guys, what happened, the process for Impractical Jokers for the editors, Joe will send out a link to a bit and be like, does anybody have any notes? Just send in notes. And then you get 3 sets of notes back, right?
My favorite are your notes, though.
Right, because I don't even answer those emails.
Yeah, you either don't reply or you're like, I don't like the way I look in this shot. Change it.
Right.
It's not like these deep. I appreciate what they do, though. I can't say that I don't, but sometimes it's just a constant I don't think they realize that our show has to be cut down to 22 minutes.
Right.
And not every joke's going to make it. So when it comes down to having to kill jokes is when it gets interesting.
Yeah.
That's hard.
I've seen Sal's emails to you.
Oh, man.
They look like a crazy
I have to be in the mood to read them. Like, I can't just open them and not ready to do it. Like, I have to be like, all right, here we go. Open. You know what I mean? It's not just like at a whim. I'll save them. I flag them.
Yeah.
I flag them. And I'm like, all right, I'll come back to this when I'm ready to.
It's
and
like,
the guy's a fucking elephant. Like, he remembers everything. And he's like, didn't we at this point do that? And I'm like, yeah, we did, but I went with a different choice. He's like, well, can I see that?
Right.
And that's not possible half the time, like to see everything. Cause like you have to make it. You trust that I'm going to pick good stuff. Not saying that they don't trust me.
Sure.
But 95% of the time I'll show him and he'll be like, oh yeah, that's why. Like he'll realize like I have to go back and do that step. He's gotten better to be like, all right, just do it. Thank God. Or I may have just jumped over a bridge at this point.
Yeah, it's Sal's. We say it to him all the time where it's like his emails are not grammatically correct. He doesn't capitalize anything. Oh
no, terrible.
And they're written like so dense and long that they look like those notebooks from 7.
Do you remember when he sent an email out and he's like, guys, I purposely bullet pointed it so you can get through it quickly. But each bullet point was a paragraph. Like that doesn't help anybody. So what you've done is you've changed the format, but you've increased the content. So you're not helping anybody, boss. So do me a favor and don't hit the bullet point because now I'm dealing with indenting. It's exhausting, but you gotta love him because you have no choice. He has your phone number.
No, his pedantic approach to it allows me to also not do anything either because I'm like, Sal's got it.
Yeah,
there's no note that I would give that Sal won't give.
Won't give. And you think about like what's. That's what I like too, is like, I like when they read each other's first, like Murr and Sal read each other's first, which they've gotten into the groove of that now, instead of me getting like the same set of notes.
Oh, okay. So
twice. They combine with that. That helps.
Right.
But it's all good. It's just a long process that I wish didn't take as long. We're almost done though, man. We've only got 4 more episodes to assemble that are locked.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
We'll be on the air for a while longer, but they're already all locked, so.
How do you feel? How do you feel about this season as compared to last?
We've shaken it up. I like it, man. Yeah. I like that. I like that it still feels fresh. Okay. 17, 18 episodes in, it still feels fresh. We've done like the Wheel of Doom thing, like seeing that. That was great. I love that. That sudden death debate stuff. It doesn't feel like the same old shenanigans.
Yeah.
And what we are doing now, which I like too, is that we are, cutting a lot of Joker versus Joker where we're just getting the best stuff out there.
Right.
Because we filmed a lot for this season. So.
Yeah.
I think we have a lot of good stuff coming. I mean, for the most part, part of me can't wait till it ends.
Right.
Because I want to just kick back and not think about it.
It is nice.
Oh, man, I'm jealous of that, man.
Well, we don't have a deal for season 3 yet at all. Right? We haven't even...
Not even a whisper.
Not even a whisper. But the same thing happened last season. Yeah. But assuming we're going forward with a 3rd season.
Yep. I always live with that assumption because if not, I mean, I'm going to have to get a job at the Gap. So, No, you know how I feel about chinos. I don't like a chino.
Yeah. You wouldn't have to get a job at the Gap. You're being facetious.
Oh no, yeah, I'm being. I would hope I'd be able to get one at Banana Republic. I mean, I go right to the top, right? You don't start. I'm not. Yeah. I skipped over Old Navy because that place is a shit
don't insult
show.
Yourself.
I'm not going to insult myself. My mother raised me better,
right?
But the Gap is a good middle ground. But I think I could work my way up to BR.
Yeah, like assistant manager,
key holder
totally. At the Banana Republic.
Oh yeah, man, I could be a key holder. That'd be swell. That'd be swell, dude.
I used to be on TV.
Hey Joe, yell Larry. Maybe he knows where there's no wrinkled chinos are in size 36. I would stab myself in the throat on the regular.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So that's your feeling. So wait. So you're
like, what happens with my life when this is over, right? Because
sure.
What's your fault? Because aren't you always that guy that used to be on TV that's now doing the next thing? Like, let's say it doesn't pan out.
Let's say we don't do 3rd season.
I'm ultimately optimistic that I will be able to create. I've always been able to make something out of nothing my whole life, and I'm not worried about it. But I'm saying, let's say worst case scenario, right? I become the guy that is working at somewhere.
Right.
And somebody's like, I'm like, hey, well, welcome to Denny's. Can I offer you, we have the short stack special today? And they're like, hey, wait a second. What's that feeling like? Aren't you that guy that used to be?
I don't think it's a good feeling. I mean, that's something that's plagued Brian Johnson, who's on Comic Book Men now, and I do the podcast Tell Him Steve Dave with, he has gone for years unemployed because he has that feeling of like, while I was in Kevin Smith movies, I wrote and directed my own movie. I did these comic books. I'm on the TV show. Like I can't go to work at Target. It's like I just can't. Like it'll be too humiliating.
Well,
but I don't know. People do it all the time.
I didn't think about that, man. I go to Target.
You're like a greeter. At the store,
dude, I would love that, man. Yeah, hey, where the baskets? They're over here. Ba-boom.
Like that's your stick.
Today's specials and Colgate toothpaste. Ba-boom. Oh my God, kill
so
me.
Sad.
Yeah. Not against people that work at Target and all that. I love those people.
Of course
they've
not.
helped me plenty of times, and I love every one of them.
You're talking about though the
talking about my life being having to be there. Oh,
do you remember the guy on MTV, Jesse Campo?
Maybe.
He had the big hat. He was like a hippie. That was his thing.
Yeah.
He was an MTV VJ. He won a contest. And then I remember a few years back, I saw an article where he was working in a pet store, like selling fish.
Oh, right.
And like people were just taking pictures of him behind the counter and stuff like that. And I guess that is that moment where you're like,
man,
oof, I had all that opportunity.
Yeah, the VJ's gone away, and that was like a big thing, right? There was a lot of VJs, right? Yeah, they were huge.
Yeah.
But that doesn't exist anymore. So that market, if that was your skill set, you're gone.
Yeah, I don't even think he was that good at it. So,
yeah,
it's funny that you're looking that way because, like, I mean, I do love doing the show, and the difference between last season when I was miserable all the time.
Oh my God, you were so miserable.
I hated shooting the first season.
I hated when you showed up on set and I'd have to like go to the bottom of my soul to bring up every ounce of enthusiasm and just spoon feed it to your miserable face.
Yeah, the season 1 was tough. Not the first 8 episodes, the second 8
episodes, yeah, it was rough. Well, it was, I mean, your schedule was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it was terrible, but
but I think I'm also less suited to navigate the choppy waters of network politics than you guys. A little bit, not much, but a little bit. So last season was tough. This season I'm enjoying a lot more. But even now, if like you told me there's no season 3, I'd be like, all right. Like we did it. You know what I mean? Like we did it. We had fun. We had a blast. We made a little money.
I mean, that's why. I mean, that'd be the biggest thing to be disappointed for me. Like I want a season 3, but it's not because I'm like, oh, I want to be on TV. Like I just want to keep riding this wave of being with my 3 best friends, and they're paying us to make each other laugh.
Well, I would just assume that we do something else.
That's true. That's
you know
true.
What I mean?
Yeah, and I'm sure we will. I mean, I don't think this is ever going to be the end point for us. You know, where I'm always thinking bigger and better, and what's going to be next. But this is the thing about the show is that it's so much fun for us.
Now it's fun.
You know, now it's fun. Like,
now I felt
I see how much laughing. Like you guys only see. I think I live with it more doing the editing is because you only see what makes the TV, but I get to see us just laughing at like ripping into each other, whatever we're laughing about. It doesn't even make sense to anybody else. Just us having fun and genuinely laughing. I watched something the other day actually that I was like, and it reminded me of this exact feeling I'm having right now. We were doing there's a challenge coming up where we're, which one was it? Oh, actually, no. It was Case of the Shakes. It was the one that aired this week. It was when we were shaking people's hands in the thing. What does that mean? What does that mean? Your guy was with the, what did that mean? Yeah. So during that, we got into this rant about Sal just like he was talking about his calories like he always talks about. Right. And we were just like ripping into him. And it was like we forgot the cameras were there, and we're just ripping into Sal about how he just counts every calorie, and it's ridiculous. And he was yelling at me about how I've never counted a calorie in my life. And I'm like, yeah, but Sal, you're heavier than me. So I win, right? So like you obsess over it and all that. Right. And we just were like really like generally just laughing, and we totally forgot the cameras were there. And I was like, that's what's really cool. Like we're just hanging out, having fun, and getting paid to do so.
Yeah, it's a pity that stuff doesn't make the air.
Yeah, I wish we had more than 22 minutes and 15 seconds.
Well, Lisa, we had a meeting with the network recently where the president of the network even said, like, those bits where we walk around the interstitials where we just sort of bullshit.
Yep.
He was even like, he was right. He was like, we've never given you notes on that because that's just you guys being you. So it's like, we don't even, we just trust that to you.
Yeah, those 15 seconds are just ours where we're just like, we're talking about whatever,
Which is fun.
Well, we do just a lot of talking.
Yeah.
I mean, even with these podcasts, it's like we sit around and talk.
Cassie, Sorry about that. My cat, Chessie, paused.
A cat came flying out of nowhere. a hugely fat cat. Just how did I not hear that thing? You know what I watched last night?
What?
I watched The Grey. Did you see the movie The Grey?
No.
All right, now hold
wolves,
on.
Right?
Yeah, with the wolves.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
I'm not going to ruin things for you.
I know how it ends. Somebody already told me.
It's not really the ending. I'm not going to ruin the middle. But there's just this guy. The whole idea of it is that he's getting chased by wolves or whatever. Right. And wolves are big and are loud and stuff, sure. and they're in snow there.
Yeah.
So what I didn't like was that the wolves in the movie snuck up on them.
Oh, they patted on.
They did that, and then they didn't hear this wolf attacking people, and I was like. You think you'd hear that, right?
Were they smart wolves? Or
they were small wolves.
Were they like velociraptor wolves?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
They wrapped it around the idea that if you're within 30 miles of their den,
right.
they become hunters.
Okay.
So they feel threatened,
was
which was good.
Plane crash?
Plane crash, and they landed in the middle.
Okay.
But here was what I enjoyed. Here's what the moment I just realized right now was, I was like, I would hear a big friggin' wolf because they're big fat wolves. I would hear a big wolf coming up. This huge fat cat just snuck up out of nowhere and leapt onto the table, and I didn't even know it was coming.
Yeah.
So I guess I was wrong. My apologies, Liam.
Liam Neeson, listening.
I'm sorry, Liam. If you're listening, buddy, I'm sorry that they took your daughter and twice, and that the wolves.
What's the score of the game?
2-1. 2-1. Manchester United is losing, and that makes you upset, right?
West Ham is winning.
I don't know anything about. All I know is people are kicking a ball on a green field right now. This is soccer. I played soccer for 8 years.
This is the FA Cup.
Yeah, I was awesome at soccer because I was fast. Never scored a goal.
Never scored a goal.
I had one big opportunity. Francesco passed me the ball at the last moment. They put me on the front line. Right. And I'm running, and I was like the wind.
Okay.
All right. I was fast. That's the only thing. The only skill I had was I was fast, and I don't even know if that's necessarily a skill.
No, it is.
Being fast is a skill, or is that just given to you?
No. It's a skill.
Okay, so
you gotta hone it.
I did hone it. I ran a lot.
A talent? Let's say it's a talent.
It was a talent.
Okay.
Yeah, I ran a lot from my neighborhood, from all the black kids in my neighborhood that always chased the white kid.
Oh, my God.
But anyway, so I was running, and I remember, like yesterday, Francesco Di Francesco, I was by myself. Oh, my God, it was great. Frankie D. I was by myself in the pocket. What is that right there? In the, when you're inside the square, the rectangle.
The goal?
The goal box? Yeah, that's it. Anywho, I'm running into the goal box. Frankie D gives me a sweet pass. This thing was gift wrapped.
Okay.
By myself. I swung and kicked my hardest, completely missed the ball and fell.
Oh, dude.
I remember getting up, looking over the sideline, like tears in my eyes, disappointed. And my father, who came out, God bless his soul, and stood at every game while his talentless son out in the cold was at Miller Field trying to score a goal. I just looked up, and I remember looking and just seeing the disappointment on his face that he couldn't hide as he just looked at me and was like, oh, man, that was your chance right there. And he did like a half clap, like it's all right, son. But I knew in his soul, he was like, why couldn't you have an ounce of athletic talent?
I wonder if we played against each other, because I did 7 years on Our Lady Star of the Sea soccer. Damn, we used to play Miller Field like every weekend.
Yeah, I'm sure we did. Me and Murray actually backtracked it and realized that we did play against each other.
Do you know who was on my team?
Who?
Brandon Herman.
Really?
I have pictures of me and Brandon Herman on the same soccer team. Yeah, his dad was the coach.
His father was the coach?
His father was the coach.
I'm sure we played each other.
I have a story like that, but an individual, because I always played defense, so I never really had a chance to get goals. But one time they put me in the forward, and I kicked it. I was running this head of the pack, and the two defenders were in front of me, and I just kicked it, and it went right through both their legs.
No way!
That's the goalie into the thing. It was like It was like one of those moments in my life where I'm just like, I'll never repeat this.
That's amazing.
I peaked at like 7.
I'm not athletic. I'm average at everything. Average at best besides bowling and volleyball.
Yeah, you're a good bowler, right?
I'm a good bowler, yeah. Bowling and volleyball I'm pretty good at. But I think that was when I was skinnier, too, and I could jump higher. Right. I don't know my center of gravity.
And younger. We're getting old now.
That's true. But I think I had... I was just average at best at everything.
Okay.
But I have like a bad moment from and I played everything. My parents were like, oh, try that. So I think I have a bad memory of every sport, that ruined me for like being athletic my whole life. Like I gave up because of like a bad moment.
I got psyched out really bad at I went for basketball tryouts once, and you've seen me play basketball recently. You know how good I am at that. And I got there, and Eddie Diaz, who we went to high school.
Eddie.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He played semi-pro football for a while. He played the indoor leagues. Anyway, he's a hulk of a guy, but really nice guy. Big Puerto Rican guy. And I showed up, and he was there. And this was at the church, the St. Clair's church. And he was like, hey, what are you doing here? And I was like, I'm here to try out for basketballs. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. He goes, have you ever played before? And I was like, no, not really. He goes, dude, he's like, everybody here has been playing since they were kids. And this was before high school, because I knew Eddie before high school. And I left. I gave up.
No way.
I was like, I don't want to embarrass myself. So I left. And
wow.
That always stuck with me. It's like,
you could have been something.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think I turned into something anyway, but
you didn't.
But yeah, and I always felt like a vague shame that I didn't stay and try out.
I got hit. I was going to try out for football. My father was a big football guy. He was a tight end. He had talent, and I was fast, like we mentioned. But so I was like, and I had hands, I could catch. So I was like, I'll try out to be a receiver. So I was going to try out for football at Farrell.
Okay.
I had never played like football ever, and everybody in our high school, Farrell, Monsignor Farrell, the football team was a big deal.
It's the biggest deal,
yeah. So I was like, all right, I'm going to try out for football freshman year. So 2 days before tryouts, I got hit by a cop car.
Oh my God, the cop car story.
Yeah, so I couldn't try out for football. And my father was like, that's too bad. And my mother was like, she told me years later, she was like, that was like the best thing that happened at you. She's like, she didn't want me to play football. She's like, because you were so small, you were going to get crushed, like that. She's like, I was so happy that you got hit by a cop car.
I love that story too, where you're like, you could have sued the police, and your dad was like, we're not suing.
Yeah,
we don't sue. You could have been a millionaire.
I know, man. I could have been something.
Yeah,
and I'm not.
Look at you. You're on a basic cable.
Yeah, I'm on standard package, basic cable, showing my fat belly to the world, my fat, unathletic belly to the world.
Yeah, but. Killer ratings last week.
Killer ratings. People
buddy.
are watching, man. We're making people laugh, and that's the best thing.
We got the highest ratings of our run yet.
Of our run, yeah. And I think things are only getting better. People are noticing us now.
Yes.
Again, a lot of love out there, which is cool. I like that.
Has it? Let's do some real talk, Joe.
That's real talk.
About being on TV.
Me and you, real talk.
You're in the second season of a successful TV show.
Yes.
Beloved by its audience. I don't know, beloved worldwide, but beloved by its audience.
No, we have a fan base that is amazingly into it.
Right. Yes. The show's been remade 9 times.
Yeah.
There's 9 versions of it around the world. So, it's a success.
I would say.
How has that changed your life? Aside from the nuts and bolts of you have a job and you get up. Because making a TV show, a lot of people, I don't think, get this. It's a job.
It's
just a job. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, Chessie. Oh my God.
Fat cat came back. Didn't even see you.
Look, he's going to stop.
Didn't even see you, Liam.
Recording again.
You just Liam Neeson to me.
He's a good cat, but he's like, come on, stop hitting the mic.
He's like, I just want to be a fat cat on the table.
Sit here. Come on.
You have great control over this animal. This is the thing about cats. They're like, you know what? Fuck yourself. I'm on the table. This is what I'm doing.
I had
amazing.
Yesterday, I got an text message from England.
Yeah.
Where Benjamin cat, my other cat who won't come out, he's afraid of everybody, is, I adopted him about 6 months ago.
Yep.
7 months ago. Yeah, maybe a little more. He hasn't been around here long, but he's 8 years old. But his previous owner had him for 7 years.
Oh, wow.
And then she had to move to England. And so she had to give him up. And through a series of events, I got him. But I didn't know anything about him or why she gave him up or anything. And then I got a text. She got my number from someone through someone. Anyway, I said, send me pictures of, because his name was Chooch.
Chooch?
Chooch.
Okay.
I was like, F that. His name's Benjamin, after Benjamin Linus on Lost. So, she sent me photos of him when he was a younger cat, which I was excited to see. And she sent over about 3 photos. And the first 2 were Benjamin, a bit younger. He had these teeth. Anyway, long story short, the third picture is her and Benjamin cat, Chooch at the time, cuddling on her bed. And you can't believe the reaction I had. I was so upset. It was like catching your girlfriend cheating on you.
You're like, Benjamin, what are you doing? I don't even know you. You're Chooch back there.
I was like, oh, Chooch, you whore. Like, and I Megan Manduke, who is, what is she on that show?
She's amazing.
She's the hardest working person on our show. She's unbelievable.
On our production team,
Yeah. She is, but anyway, she's also a cat lover like I am, and I was showing her the pictures, and she was with me in that moment, but I saw the picture, and she looked at me and she goes, oh, you don't like that? And I was like, I don't like that. Like, so, you know what I mean? So I don't know how I got on this. So the cats, you can't control them. You can't, they break your fucking heart.
No, you can't control who they love, who you love.
Yeah. And now I fed them last night. I was looking at them. I'm like,
you eat that.
Yeah. I'm like, oh,
who loves you now?
An English whore feed you.
Sorry, it's not tea and crumpets, you fuck.
Yeah, I was upset.
Yeah.
It was hard for me to fall asleep last night. It was a little bit like that's how messed up. I don't know how we got into it. Oh,
I don't know. Well, I'm glad you vented, my friend. You clearly needed some real talk up in here.
Yeah, that's not even the real talk. Okay, so Chessy cat jumping on the table. I have no control over these cats, and they own my heart. It's hard.
They own your heart and your home, man.
They own everything at this point. But okay, so back to the TV show. So yeah, it's a job.
Yeah, totally.
It's just a job. It's a great job.
Yeah,
and it affords us. And I was thinking about this. For me, the best part of the show, aside from working with my three best friends, is the people that we meet and the people that we talk to. Be they fans of the show. Be they, well, I guess everybody that we talked to is a fan of the show, but like we were at the charity thing the other night with the Sons of Anarchy guys, and I just ended up talking to this guy, Chad, who was a fan, and like just an interesting guy, and he was cool. Like that's my favorite part of the show is our world gets bigger.
Yeah.
And you meet more interesting people, and you know what I mean? And not even famous people, although we have, we went out with John Mayer and all that stuff like that, and tonight I'm going to see wrestling. Did I tell you that? I'm going to Philly to watch a wrestling match because Velvet Sky and a couple of the other wrestlers are fans of our show. So I started talking to her on Twitter.
That's awesome.
So like that is to me, it's like, and I'm not even the hugest wrestling fan in the world, but like that's what I like about the show. Like we're going to be able to go places and see places, but like what aside from like has it changed your life at all? Do you find like what's the big difference pre-TV show, post-TV show?
Big difference? Yeah. There's a couple differences, I think. I think I'm more conscious about what I say on social networking.
Oh, yeah.
I think, and I take more offense to, like, I feel like it's, I feel like I have more of a responsibility now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I like and I welcome.
Like how? What do you mean?
Like, I don't like, for instance, like, bullying always bothered me.
Sure.
Maybe growing up and just being like a little bit geeky and stuff, and then seeing, like my worrying about my nieces and nephews and all that.
Right.
But like,
were you
seeing that stuff,
were you bullied as a kid?
I wasn't necessarily bullied, but I was not popular, you know?
Right.
You know what I mean? But I had enough, self-esteem to overcome it, I think.
Sure.
But, and I knew I was smarter than other kids. I think that helped too. Like, you know what I mean? I knew why I was being like an outcast. It was like because they didn't necessarily get me, but that didn't bother me. But now seeing it, and bullying now is much different than bullying when we were kids. It's like it's ridiculous now.
I think it was hell back then too.
I think it was hell then, but it was more concentrated because you couldn't be bullied virtually.
Right.
You couldn't be bullied and embarrassed outside of your school, necessarily outside of your class. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like now, like when I see stuff like that, that really bugs me. And like now, I feel like the thing I like the best is that I feel like I could have a little bit more of an impact with stuff that is important to me. Like Daniel's Music Foundation, like the charities I work with. Like I feel like I could actually help raise money for good and do things like that, like the Staten Strong thing we did. Like I feel like I could help in a bigger way than Joe Gatto could help.
Right.
Like I feel like, you know what I mean? I feel like I help mobilize and fans and people who have like interests to help support things that I find important. You know what I mean? Which I think is really cool, and also like just spread the word about stuff too. And on the flip side of that, I like that I could say happy birthday to a random person and quote unquote make their day. Like I think that is so cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like I almost always, whenever I see somebody say, hey, it's my birthday, please, can I get a shout out? Like I'll always do that because it takes a second. Right. And for them, I feel like it's something that's cool for them.
Right.
And I remember being on the other side of it. I'm a huge, I've always been in entertainment. I wanted to be a screenwriter growing up.
I was thinking about this last night. Like, for some reason, I don't know why, but last night it came into my head. Ampere Productions, right?
That's right, yeah. Me.
Oh, I know what it was. I was watching the roast of,
Lisa Lampanelli was on it.
Lisa Lampanelli was on it, and you were friends with her, right?
Lisa Lampanelli, still am. Yeah. She's. I actually did the intro to her first DVD. If you find her first DVD special she ever did at a show out in Red Bank, we did
the Count Basie Theater.
I don't know what it might not have been Red Bank. I think it was Red Bank actually, and she did a show. It was we're going back like a decade. Okay. She asked Ampere Productions was a production company that I had with me and my cousin Mike Polano, who's a cameraman on our show now. Yeah, he's great. You guys know him on Twitter and stuff. He's the guy in the picture of my Instagram account. I love him. We've been doing stuff for years, and he actually shot the first ever Tenderloins movie that we did, an old school. Before you were in it, it was called Espionage. He was behind the camera in that in the year 2000. So he's been with us since the beginning. But I used to do like short film and stuff like that, and she asked me to, I met her randomly. She made fun of me at a show, and then I ended up befriending her, and she asked me to host this like little, make this video for her.
Right.
So I did that with her. But yeah, I've always been doing that. So I knew how cool it was to meet people on that side of it, being like a fan. Right. So like I like that. I like to let fans have a moment of recognition. I think that's cool.
Yeah. It's funny how you and I are so different in that regard, because I feel, and I think this comes back to what you and I are very different people at our core. You're a very positive person.
We might be the most different out of any combination of the four, I think.
Right. I'm a lot more cynical. And not as depressive as I used to be, but you definitely am nowhere near where you are. And Chessie, what are you doing?
I heard you coming this time.
I know. He's good. There he goes.
There you are. It didn't matter. So now I'm talking through a cat. The cat is literally in front between me and the microphone.
At least you can take it. Sal, I have to stop recording and get him off the table.
Don't knock over my wine glass.
So come on, Chessie. God damn it. Dude.
It's so fat.
I know, it's a big cat. It's not my fault. It was my brother's cat. Come on, boy.
Good.
So, I worked for Kevin Smith for like 8 years, and through him I'd met tons of celebrities. Everybody's very nice, and Kevin's very nice, but it was just very, once you break that barrier, because I was so enamored of Kevin Smith's movies before I met him, and then when you meet him and you're like, he's just a dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just and at times it's just like he was my boss. So at any time, over that time span, you're like, oh God, I want to kill my boss. You know what I mean? Yeah. And other times you're like, oh, he's my friend. I love him and stuff like that. So it's I'm like the opposite of you, where I'm just like, when people get excited to see me, I'm always just like, why? Why? Just, you know what I mean? I almost feel bad for him, where I'm just like, oh, let me call any of my ex-girlfriends and put you on the phone with them. They'll be happy to tell you why you should love me. Yeah, why you should not be impressed with me, or you know what I mean?
But at my core, I think I'm a much more impressive person than you are.
You think so? You want those medals I got?
Oh yeah, that's nothing, man. I used to work at Nordstrom. I used to work at Nordstrom.
So, but that's cool. But even
I was a pace setter at Nordstrom. I was the number 5 salesman nationwide in the rail department. Nationwide, by myself, I sold over $1.2 million worth of merchandise
in a year, or
real
total?
Talk in a year.
In a year,
take that.
Who was taking that? Me?
You take that.
I'm taking that. I'm proud of that achievement. I'm happy for you.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Impressive.
Yeah. So, all right. So casting. So you're like, all right. So charity work, being able to cast a light on some things that are important to you.
I think, and just making, it's funny, like you mentioned, the people that you meet, you'll turn around and meet a 7-year-old little girl that's like, oh my God, I love you. I yell at her all the time. And you turn around and there's a 86-year-old grandfather that's like our show talks to everybody. It's so cool and interesting, just the fan base. You know what I mean? That we have. And I find that every time there's, I find we have a lot of policemen, firemen, that kind of,
the blue collar guys.
But specifically them that work so hard and do such important work.
Right.
And they're like, I love what you do. And I'm like, I love what you do. You save lives and keep us safe, just to make people laugh. And then we always hear the stories about, I lost a kidney, but your show keeps me smiling, shit like that. That sort of stuff that you can make. You hear those stories and you feel so bad, but you feel like, me just jerking around with you guys could make somebody feel better.
Yeah. Do you remember, I got 3 emails in a week that were my son died, or my baby died, and we haven't laughed since. And your show was the first time we laughed.
I mean, that's so heartbreaking and heartwarming at the same time that you're actually able to help this person that you've never met, probably never will meet,
right?
You know, through such a thing that I can't even wrap my head around. You know?
Well, you're coming off like a real nice guy right now.
Am I?
Yeah.
I don't know why you don't think I'm a nice guy.
I do think you're.
I'm one of your best friends. I mean, winners surround themselves with winners.
I think you're the nicest guy I know. I'm just saying, like, you're just coming off as really pleasant.
You wanted real talk. I mean, you don't want real talk.
Bro.
You don't want real talk. I could be like, hey, fuck your mom, blah, 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 hey, there you go. I could do that. I switched that, flip that switch.
No, let's stay with the real talk. I like it.
I'm fine. I'm drinking out of my wine glass, keeping it classy. This is what the Interloins is all about.
This is real talk.
This is real talk. When you and I, it'll be real talk.
Right.
Abortion.
Have you ever had an abortion?
I've had an abortion. Personally, it was the most uncomfortable I've been. No, I've never had an abortion. I was on the pro-life team in high school. Remember that? Speaking of being bullied and why you're bullied, I started the pro-life club in an all-boy Catholic high school in Staten Island.
I want to hit you right now. Like,
right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I started the pro-life.
What made you start the pro-life?
I don't know, man. I think my mother was talking to me about, like, you need stuff for your resume. You don't play sports. Like, you remember when it was all about, like, what are you going to put on your college transcript? Yeah. They love extracurricular activities. I was, like, on the 2 bowling teams and the pro-life club, and I was like, what's up?
So you didn't feel like there wasn't a overwhelming drive to save unborn?
No, I didn't lose my virginity until 21. Like, I didn't even know what went where. I lost my virginity on my 21st birthday, and I wasn't even sure if it happened. Like, at 21, so I didn't even see a vagina until post pomp and circumstance. So
that is something, man.
Yeah, right.
Because you went away to college.
Yeah, I did.
How did you not get laid freshman year in college?
It's an interesting question.
Like, what happened?
I don't well, let's see what happened. Real talk. Why was Joe such a fucking loser that he couldn't get laid in college?
Were you a loser? I have a hard to believe.
No. In college, I started I made the turn to like winner. I think in junior year of high school when I realized I could make people laugh. That really helped me become like.
That's always been your stock in trade.
Yeah, that's it. Like I've never met anybody I can't make laugh, and I think that's helped me through my life. But I think. Like in freshman year of high school, I went through some tragedy in the first couple of years of college, rather. I went through some tragedy which detracted my focus. I lost my father when I went to freshman year of college. So I was like, I wasn't necessarily, my mindset wasn't there, and I was just happy with blowjobs. Then.
Oh, well, you got blowjobs.
Yeah, I got blowjobs. Yeah, I just didn't put it inside somebody.
Oh, well, I mean, that's.
So there's a difference of that.
At this point, it's funny because at this point in my life, I honestly. Think,
you've come back.
I'd rather just get a blowjob than have sex because I could just lay back
and relax.
Exactly.
So anyway, I after that point, I was like not into it really, and then I started dating a girl in. Right. I guess it was my junior year or whatever. And, she was a freshman and we just decided to like, quote unquote, take our time. Ugh. And the 7th or 8th month mark was my birthday. And she just put a bow on her vagina, I guess. And there we go. My 21st birthday. And we're all set.
How was that? How long that last? Was that over like seconds? Or?
Oh, record speed, lightning speed. That was, yeah, it was quite unimpressive. I've gotten better over the years, thank God. But, yeah, no, but I didn't, the relationship or you mean
the actual sex?
The sex lasted forever. The relationship was, no, I'm just kidding. I ended up, practicing for a while and I think I've honed my game.
Yeah. Well, at this point,
you forget it.
Wow. My virginity.
Where'd you lose yours?
I was young.
Yeah.
I was, I think 14.
Wow.
Or 15. I forget. It was in that
age.
That age. It might have been the summer in between freshman and sophomore year.
That's funny. Mine was in the summer between freshman and sophomore year of college.
Junior year. I forget. I mean, the details at this point are so hazy. But I remember that feeling of like sinking in because I didn't use a condom. I was like, of like sinking in and being like, oh my God, there is no greater feeling than what I'm experiencing around my penis right now. Like, this is amazing. And that was it. I was just like, I gotta get laid. I need to get laid. you know.
And since then, it's never stopped.
It's just been a nonstop run for sex since then.
20 plus years you're working on it.
I wish it would go away.
That's great, man.
But the wow, I remember you kept a picture of someone.
Yeah.
You remember this?
Jerry. Is that what you're talking about? The one I found?
No.
Oh, okay.
There was a framed picture in your apartment of a girl for years. Not your apartment. Do you remember this?
No, frame picture of...
There was a framed picture of a girl, and I would ask you, I was like, who's that? And you're like, it's just a reminder. And that would be your only answer. You don't remember this?
Oh, wait a minute. Vaguely.
Yeah, I'd be like, all right, but who is it? And you're like, it's just a reminder. And then finally one day you would just like, it's just a girl. It just reminds me not to get involved with women.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Somebody broke my heart. That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up. My parents are dead, by the way, if you want to talk about that. I love real talk with the Interloins. No, yeah, I remember that.
That's said about a heartbreak 20 years ago.
That was one of like my first big heartbreaks.
Right.
And I was anti-love for a long time.
Right.
Yeah, I was anti.
But that's hardcore, keeping a picture of the girl like in your apartment.
Yeah, that wasn't. Every time I thought I liked somebody, I'd just look at them like, grrr. That'd be the end of me and the girl. But I think like it's weird because my parents had such a happy marriage and everything. Like I came from that. Like, so it was weird for me that I felt that way and it felt wrong. And I'm not like that anymore, thank God.
Right.
But
you were young.
I was young. Yeah, I was young and heartbroken. You get scorned and you're like,
Yeah, I know, buddy.
You know better than most.
Yeah.
But you've come out on top finally, though. I think you've
well, it's fine. Well, I mean,
you've made it.
I made it. I was engaged.
Yeah.
And that didn't end so well. Because I'm not married.
Considering, yeah. Well, you know what? Maybe it ended well. You don't know.
Oh, it ended perfectly. It ended perfectly. I'm on TV. And
That's...
She's got 3 kids. So, so it ended fine for me.
So winner chicken dinner.
But right. Like, I broke up with her when I was 25. And then I wouldn't even think about a relationship for 6 years.
That's right.
Didn't even give a I was like, you got, like, date 1, I'd be like, you have no shot.
Yeah, at all.
The best you're going to do.
I remember when you took that turn, though, when you came back to the other side.
Yeah.
It surprised me. I knew it would happen eventually, of course. When you get
romantic at heart, bro.
You are. You're definitely a big teddy bear.
Yeah, but so it's funny, but I didn't keep the picture. Like, that's great.
No, yeah, that's hardcore, man. You know
that
me.
Is hardcore.
I set the ball high. Some next level shit.
And the older I get, the more I'm just like, maybe that's why I love my cat so much, because I'm just like,
You have so much love to give because it's all been stored up for so long. I'm surprised you don't have a picture. You know what you should do? You should take that picture we talked about earlier that you found about Benjamin Cat and the girl.
Yeah.
Hang it on your wall. Okay. And every time you're about to be nice to Benjamin, look at that picture and be like, you know what?
I can't.
Trust me, man. It'll work.
I said the like probably the most pathetic thing I've ever said in my entire life last night.
Okay.
To Emily, I go, oh God, it's embarrassing to even say, but I really feel this way, but I really do feel this way. But I was looking, I mean, you got to see me with these cats. It's pathetic. Like, I just come home and it's just like, it's like cuddle time. It's really, like, I imagine there are people in the world, I'm not saying this for a fact, I'm not saying it for a joke. Like, I think there are people in the world who love their kids less than I love these cats.
That's true. I've met most kids. Most of them are
the kids are assholes. Mm-hmm. So I was just cuddling with Benjamin, and he's not a cuddler, so I was cuddle raving him. I had him in. And I go, and I was like, it's so sad. I go, it's like my heart's outside my body running around on 4 little paws with a tail. And it doesn't love me. And like, you could just, like, the cat looked at me, like, everybody was just
if the cat could talk, it would have turned around and went, you hear yourself, you fucking asshole. Right? Is that like what would happen?
Yeah,
I mean, meow.
I came down late at night and my computer was open and it was open to Orbits and there was like paw prints on it. A Ticket to England this book. I was like, what is this shit? What's going on here? Yeah, I just have too much love to give.
Hey man, you're a loving guy, dude.
I am. I'm a loving guy.
You take a while to like though.
What does that mean?
You take a while to like.
Like to like me or to like people?
No, to like you.
Why does everybody say that to me?
Well, that means it's true. If everybody says it's
true. Yeah, but why? Why does everybody say that to me? Because our crew has said.
Yeah, it takes a while. Well, first of all, you come across a little more rock and roll than you are.
Right.
Second of all,
I don't think I come off as rock and roll at all, but all right.
like, no, but I think it's like, well, I don't know. Like, you look like an asshole.
Okay, there you go.
But you're not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you look like, you look a little bit more, you look a little rough and tumble. You know, you got the wily hair there. You know, sometimes you're unshaven.
Right.
You know, you wear the hat, you show up. You're normally not in a good mood.
I'm normally not in a good mood.
Upon arrival.
Right.
I'm talking right now strictly from the crew.
Sure.
Like, upon arrival to set, you are probably in the worst mood out of all of us.
Right.
Depending on
last season.
Last season. But, you know, and then, like, you know, if you don't necessarily talk to people you don't like.
Right.
So, there's that.
This isn't very succinct, but I'll take it.
You know, and then you know, you got your eyes that you see with.
Yeah. Those 2 ears.
You know, and you talk with your mouth, like, so people, you know, there's all that. You put that all together.
So there you go. That was.
I don't know why, man. It's just true, though.
Oh shit!
You got a text message. It's true, though, that you know it. People say it. So
people say it a lot about me. I don't know why.
You know, I still don't think you like Murray.
I don't like Murray?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. It's Jessica from our TV show.
Oh, what you saying?
Do I have time to do 3 ADR pickups? Can't take it anymore, dude. Jesse, get off the table.
Chubbs, wash my wine glass.
He does like you.
He does.
Yeah. He's a very friendly cat. Okay, so what? Wow, we're at 46 minutes already, buddy.
Dude, this is what happens, man.
This is an Interloins. Come on. Don't step on the computer. Jesse, please go down. Jesse,
Yeah, babe.
good.
You got it.
Big fat cat. He's like Garfield. We have. You said you came here loaded with a couple of suggestions. Did we cover your topics?
No. I had one more that actually would have tied in nicely to the wolf stuff. Speaking of wolves. Remember when we used to call you the lone wolf? The lone wolf?
No, it wasn't me. It was Murray was the lone wolf.
No. Murray didn't jump out of the car in the Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
So, speaking of drunken night, this ties in nicely with everything we've covered. Drunken people sleeping in their cars.
Right.
Wolves from Liam Neeson's movie. Right? I remember a specific time that this is when we were just getting to know each other, too. Like, we knew each other.
Sure.
But we were getting to that tier 1 friendship level.
Yes.
We were driving in LA. I had to drive you home from a party because you had to actually leave early because you had a lot of spirits and you were ready to go.
Wasn't this a strip club?
Yeah. Well,
right. Oh, Jesse.
Your cat just jumped into a closed window. So how's that? Cats are stupid, man.
Well, the window was open before, man.
But it's not now.
Yeah, but it's a window.
Yeah,
I know.
Your cat just jumped into a closed. It's no wolf,
5 minutes ago, that window was open. You thought it was open. Leave him alone.
Don't defend your heart on pause. It's a stupid cat, man. It just jumped into a closed window.
All right.
You didn't see it from the angle I saw. It was very funny. I'm watching fat people fall, man. I just watched a fat cat fall. Let me have a moment. So we were driving home, and you decided
This was a strip club.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think you're setting this up properly.
Okay, so we were out. No, we didn't go to the strip club yet.
Sure.
No, you had gone to the strip club. This is the night before.
No, this was the night where I wandered into the hills?
Yes.
I jumped out of the car because that girl wanted to fuck me.
That is right. My apologies. Okay, so we were driving home from a strip club.
Yes. We went with this girl who worked for one of our agents.
Somebody, yeah. She worked for somebody. Anyway, she ended up in our car. We were driving home from the strip club. Yeah. Hawks. So we were driving home, and we stop at a red light, and I'm driving, of course, because everybody else had been enjoying spirits. And you were shotgun. You turned and looked at me, and you went, "I'm going to get out. I'll meet you at the hotel."
She kept playing.
I know exactly what was happening. But this is what I'm talking about. You turned to me.
Right.
Obviously intoxicated.
Drunk.
Right.
Yes.
And turned to me, and you said, "I know," and this is my favorite part. You said, "I know what you're going to say. I would say it if I were you, but trust me. I'm fine." And you got out of the car at a red light and just walked off into the distance.
Yeah. She wouldn't stop playing with my hair. Like, she was reaching around from the back. She was, like, playing with my neck. And she was staying in that hotel room.
Yes, she was.
So I was like, I can't, like, I just don't
want to deal with it.
I just don't want to have sex with this girl.
So you left, and then Almost 2 hours later, you showed up at a hotel. How you got there, I don't know, because you literally walked into a residential area. You were like this guy that's sleeping in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
So you show up about an hour and a half more sober at this point because you've been walking around in the cold night air, and you go, dude, I can't believe you left me. I was like, I couldn't even find you. You disappeared into the darkness.
And if I remember correctly, didn't Murray?
Yeah, but that's neither here nor there.
Around with her that night, so it worked out.
It did work out for Murray. Yeah, that was
Murray
nice.
took her off my hands.
He did. That was lucky Murray. But what I'm saying is,
lone wolf. That was where lone wolf.
I said you wandered off like a lone wolf.
Yeah. Well,
hey, man, more power to you. I never experienced anything like that though. Like that's the worst part of me not drinking. I think is I never have that excuse like I was drunk.
Yeah, that's people get tired of hearing it though, bro. It only works once it's all. Like you now, if you started drinking today, can use that excuse for about 6 months. You get like great 6 months out of it.
Great 6 months, right?
Yeah.
I just started drinking.
And then people would be like, "Come on, dude, you've been drinking for 6 months. Get your act together, damn it."
Yeah.
But at this point in my alcohol career, like nobody wants to give it to me. People are like,
"Oh, he's drunk again."
You know what you like when you're drunk.
Yeah.
You know what's going on. So
you're not a bad drunk. You're a defined drunk.
What do you mean?
Like when you get drunk, like how you're consistent.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's like, okay, this is what, okay, he's drunk. This is the way he's going to be. Whereas like when Murray gets drunk, like you don't know what you're getting. He's a potpourri of drunkenness.
He's the worst too because he gets drunk on the girliest drinks.
Oh man, Midori sours. He gets drunk on. Yeah,
for years he got drunk twice a year. His birthday and the 4th of July. That was it. His birthday's coming 4th of July. I'm getting drunk. Birthday coming 4th of July, and now he just drinks the worst.
Anything with an umbrella, he can take.
It's a crime.
You know what I love too? Like he'll always order off the specialty cocktail menu. He'll like, do you have any specialty cocktails?
Right.
Which I love.
Yeah.
And you were like shot of Jameson and a beer. You and Sal both like, and he's like, I'll take the Rum Runner Deluxe. I love that.
I'll take the Pacific.
What do you guys have that's pink? Like, and it comes with an umbrella and a piece of fruit. Yeah, him drunk is funny.
Chessie.
Because, you know what I like? Okay. Go jump through a closed window. You know what's really funny is that like, I love because Sal normally is very lovey when he gets to that level. He gets lovey. And then if Murray turns into a lovey drunk, the two of them together because they hate each other so much when they're sober, like that is pure entertainment. We should video that and make that like a Joker versus Joker love challenge. Because remember we were out not too long ago, like 2 weeks ago. Remember they got really drunk and hugging
at the
event. Yeah, at the charity event. And
no, Murray wasn't there.
No, not at the charity event. We were at it was after our last shoot, maybe?
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was after our last shoot.
Right.
It was after we filmed your punishment that's coming up. Right. So we went out for a drink, and they both had been drinking. And me and you caught them in the corner being like, no, man, you. And like hugging each other, right? Remember that? And Sal just was like, petting his face.
Like if we had intervened, there would have been an abortion and necessary.
Okay.
That's funny. All right, so we're coming up in an hour here.
This is what happens.
Well, on last week's episode, Sal and I exchanged. Well, he gave me a Christmas gift. You came here bearing gifts.
I came here bearing some gifts for you. Yeah, we did some Christmas shopping.
I bought you a gift.
It's okay,
but you got like 5.
It's not the number of gifts.
Apparently.
It's how much money you spent.
Okay, well, no, this is a good money-wise, I'm there.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, we had spoken. We had come to agreement.
We put a limit. Right.
I don't know. You know what? This year I actually found you very easy to shop for.
Really?
A lot of these are home-themed.
Home-themed?
Now that you're a homeowner.
Okay.
So, not all of them, some of them, and a couple of them are just little surprises. Actually, one I'm very excited about.
Yeah?
I've been sitting on since our first, I came up with the idea after our first live podcast.
Okay.
That we did in August.
Wow.
So I've been sitting on that for a little while.
I love the live podcast.
They're so much fun, man.
There's so much fun.
I can't wait. We're doing a little tour now. I can't wait till that goes on.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. We leave
next in 2 weeks. We go up to
just outside Rochester.
Right outside of Rochester. What's it called? Walter, New York?
Hold on. Let me
Frank, New York?
Let me look at our website.
Tom, New York. It's like a guy's name.
Walter, New York?
Rodrigo. It's Rodrigo, New York. I'm pretty sure.
Vamp, I'm gonna look this up.
I'm pretty sure it's Rodrigo, New York.
What is it? It's our website is thetenderloins.com.
Yeah, go there. You know what? And I appreciate all the invitations everybody's been giving us about. Hey, come here. Let's come. I'd go everywhere if I could, but there's just not enough time.
Right.
But yeah, I would love to come to Boston, Texas.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. Texas, I'm going to tomorrow.
Yeah, I know, man. You're going on a little trip.
Going to Dallas, Texas tomorrow.
That's right.
And then Sal and I, this is great.
This will be great.
We'll be appearing on Bourbon Street in New Orleans this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
That's right, man.
We're taking a little trip to New Orleans. He's meeting me there. I'm flying there from Dallas. Thursday night, our show's on the air.
Thursday night.
If anybody listening to this is in New Orleans, can suggest a bar to watch the show in, we'd be more than happy to do like a rally point where viewers of the show can come watch it with us.
That's the best, man.
In the front,
watching it with some fans. That's great.
It's great.
I've done that a couple times. That's a lot of fun.
So please come. Please, somebody out there in New Orleans suggest to us someplace to do that.
Yeah, you got to go to a local. You can't use Yelp.
No, I want somebody to.
No, you want somebody who knows what they're talking about here.
Okay, the Tenderloins performing live Friday, January.
Webster. I knew it.
Webster,
New York.
Webster, New York, just outside Rochester. We have 4 shows?
Yeah, we'll be there on the 18th and 19th of January.
God, 7:30 and 10 both nights.
It's a lot of talking.
I can't take these 2 shows anymore. Then Illinois.
Didn't you just start by saying I love doing these things?
Yeah, but not 2 shows. Joliet, Illinois, Saturday, January 26th, 7 and 10 p.m. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yep.
I thought we were doing
No, 7 and 10.
Are we doing a high school thing?
No, on when? That's not Chicago, is it? Chicago, we're doing that.
But Joliet is outside Chicago.
Yeah, we're doing that on Saturday. The Friday is the high school thing.
All right, we'll talk about that. Muncie, Indiana, Saturday, February 16th at 8 p.m. at Ball State University.
Come to that. That is going to be off the easy.
Somebody, please, at Ball State, get me into a frat party.
I want to be at a frat party so bad.
I want to do a keg stand in Muncie. Somebody make that happen. And then Minnesota, March 1st and Saturday.
Yeah, March 1st and 2nd.
March 2nd.
Yeah, we're in Minneapolis, right?
Yep, Minneapolis, Minnesota. So there you go.
That's a lot of good stuff.
All right, so there we go. We like going on. So why don't we?
And you could always find out about our shows on thetenderloins.com. That's where we keep everything that you need to know about us. Just go there, check it out. And I'm sorry if we don't answer every tweet about when you guys come. It's just hard to keep up with. So if you ever need to take a look at it, just go right to the Tenderloins.
And then the Tenderloins.com. Our individual Twitters, you're at Joe _Gatto.
Yep.
I'm at BQ Quinn. 2 Qs.
And we're at the Tenderloins.
At the Tenderloins.
And
it's at James S. Murray.
At James S. Murray.
And
at Sal Volcano. Yeah, they're very inventive. James even puts the S in there, so it looks like a typo. But his middle name is like son of a bitch or something.
So, all right, at this point, feel free to leave. We're going to open gifts. We're going to record it.
Yeah, you guys can shut it now, but we're going to keep it all the way open. You should listen to the end because don't be an asshole about it, really. And then you'll miss something great I'm going to say at the end.
Yes, Joe's going to say something great at the end. All right, Joe. Well, you've got me how many gifts?
Yeah, I got you 4 gifts. I'm very excited to give them.
So why don't I do 2?
Got it.
And then you do mine, then I'll do the end of 2.
Okay, we'll do these 2 first.
Okay. All right, here we go. 2Q from Joe.
Yes. That's from me to you. This is a house gift.
Oh, wow.
Very kind of cool to have this little fella.
Cool. I love it. It's a Batman vinyl figure, and he's done up in a cute style.
Yep.
Pop Heroes.
A little pop guy, right?
Oh, that's great. Let's go right in my display. Right next to Optimus Prime, right in there.
Nice. Yeah, that's right. You got all that in there. See?
That's cool. That's the Optimus Prime I played with as a child.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow, dude, it's awesome.
It's cool, right?
Yeah, he's great. You know what I like.
This might surprise you.
This is the one?
This is one.
Okay.
This might surprise you. This just shows I'm a listener.
Really?
Yeah, it shows I'm a listener.
I'm excited to give you yours. All right, let's see what we got here. Whoa, what is this?
Those
you son of a gun. Look at it. You got the cube.
Yeah.
We were shooting in Manhattan.
Yeah, we were shooting in Manhattan in a store, and it sold a
Q train in Manhattan. And I was like, you even made fun of me.
I did.
You were like, the Q train. I'm going to get the Q shirt.
I did that on purpose so you wouldn't get it because I wanted to get it for you for Christmas.
Much like a basketball tryout. I was like, I guess
I pulled an Eddie Diaz on you.
Oh, dude, I love it. Thank you.
It's cool.
Cool.
And I got you some coasters because for your home.
Coasters.
Because I know you're big into the records.
Yeah.
Feel those guys. Yeah, little coasters.
Thanks, buddy. Well, you are good at this.
Yeah, I'm a gift giver.
You're a gift giver. Little coasters in the shape of vinyl records.
Yep.
All right. Here's your one gift.
My turn.
Yes. Go ahead, pal. Crack that open.
I'm opening my gift. Yeah, man.
Wait. Go.
This is all right. You're a listener too.
I am.
Look at this thing.
Yeah!
A matching G-Shock watch. Awesome, dude. And it's a purple face. I don't have purple.
No, this is a G-Shock watch.
See, this is what the Interloins is all about. Matching watches.
And we were shooting somewhere one time, and I go, "Does anybody have a G-Shock watch?" And you were like, "No, I don't know." And I said I was going to buy us matching ones.
That is awesome.
And the next day, that's how long ago I bought this. The next day, I went out and I bought this.
That was like in October.
That was that long ago. I went out and I bought us matching T-shirt,
man.
and I haven't worn this because I didn't want to spoil it until today.
Nice, dude. It's sick. One of the twins activate with this, huh? Well, Interloins. That's awesome, dude.
I know G-Shocks. I mean, the point of the conversation we had that day was G-Shocks not really your style.
It isn't, because they normally, this actually looks really good.
Right.
I have a girly like wrist.
Right.
So I normally, if I have a big face, it feels like I'm like Flavor Flav on my wrist.
Right.
So this is awesome, dude.
But this is how matching.
This is great, and I don't have a purple face on anything. I like to do the match. I like to do the purple. I like to do the face match to the shoe. I'm stylish that way. Awesome, dude.
So we got matching watches, my friend.
That's so great, buddy.
I looked into like the back. There's nothing to. I was going to get it.
Like a
go
into loins.
Yeah, something like that. But the back's just too. It's
perfect,
much crap
dude.
on it.
It's perfect, man.
Yeah,
love it.
So we got matching watches. Well, Merry Christmas.
That's great. All
right, moving on to mine. My back suit.
This is the back suit.
This is the one.
Nope,
that's the one. Okay. All right.
This one's just fun. Something for the
house. Oh, dude. Get out.
I saw that and thought of you immediately.
Oh, my God. This is going to get so much use.
So it's a Atari arcade that holds your iPad, and you download the Atari app, and you can play games on your iPad.
Dude, this is crazy.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Because we're the gamers of the group.
Oh, man, I love it. Dude, this is great.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. I can't wait to play it. As soon as we stop recording, we're going to fire this up.
Cool.
Dude, thank you. Oh, this is home run.
And now this is
the gift.
This is good.
All right.
You're gonna like this. I'm just gonna take it out and give it to you because it's not wrapped.
Okay.
It's in a bag.
What do we got? All right, something that hangs on the wall.
Yeah. This is for home. This is a home gift.
Okay.
As inspired by your recent.
What do we got? Oh, dude. Get out. That's me on stage?
That's you on stage at the live show.
Oh, my God, man.
I snapped a weird picture on stage at our live show that silhouetted just Q in his hat in front of a live crowd. And I put it in one of those canvas frame things.
Oh, man, that's really
Isn't that
cool,
sick?
Man. That is.
As soon as I saw the picture taken, I was like, I got to get this in for Christmas.
Wow. I got to put a picture of this online. People love this. Dude, this is amazing.
Isn't that cool?
That's unbelievable. It's got the outline of my hat, my stupid nose.
Yeah, you got your stupid hat and stupid nose in it.
Yeah. Oh, man, thank you, dude.
There you go, bud.
That's amazing.
Good gifts. Good friends. Friends giving gifts.
I feel like I should have gotten you more.
Oh, no way, man. That's perfect.
Well, all right. Well, thank you, bro. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
All right, that's it for episode 8 of the Tenderloins Podcast.
And now for the amazing thing I was going to say that I promised at the end.
See you later, guys.